Hey y'all, I'm here. So I have been hearing a lot about this Martin Lawrence and Tisha Campbell situation, and though no one asked me, I feel the need to give my 2 cents on it since some of the other commentary I've heard is very problematic in my opinion. So stay tuned while I break this down for you real quick. Let's talk about it.
When I step off in the scene, I'm smelling fresh and looking clean. And I'm dropping like a beat, yeah, you gon' recognize me.
I want to start this off by saying that no man should ever feel like he has the right to say how a woman who has been objectified, assaulted, or harassed should respond to it. In my opinion, that is super inappropriate because unless he has went through the exact same thing, he will never know how it feels to be a woman in one of those positions every single day. And even when it comes to certain women who haven't had any of those experiences, you still can't predict or assume how you would feel or how you would act if it did happen to you. One of the main reasons why so many people don't tell their story because it seems that no matter how they say it or when they say it, they are more likely to be shamed and ridiculed than being commended for their bravery. And it truly pains me to say that this is especially prevalent when it comes to the Black community, especially when it comes to the men in said community. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about Martin. Martin is still a very known sitcom that ran for 5 seasons, starting in 1992 to 1997, and it was set in Detroit. It starred Martin Lawrence as the main character, who also played a lot of comedic supporting roles, Tisha Campbell, who played Gina, his super supportive girlfriend, even when he didn't deserve it, Tichina Arnold, Gina's best friend, who Martin always had something negative to say about, Carl Anthony Payne II, and Thomas Michael Ford, who sadly passed away in 2016, played Martin's best friends who were always getting him into, in addition to bailing him out of trouble. This show was loved by many, and a lot of people will still say that it's one of their favorites till this day, including me. Now, true followers of the show did take notice that during the 5th season, there was a pretty big shift in the dynamic. Gina was seen less and less, and her and Martin didn't have the lovey-dovey nor comedy-filled arguments that we all had become so accustomed to seeing. Actually, you didn't really see them together at all. And at the end of season 5, the show came to an end. Now, at this time, I must admit that I was too young to know what was really going on. But once I got older, I came to find out that Tisha filed a lawsuit against Martin, and she refused to do any scenes with him in the last season's run. According to an article on WBLS.com, Tisha accused Martin of abuse and sexual harassment. It goes on to state that she claimed the abuse was repeated and it was starting to escalate. This abuse included sexual battery and violent threats. She allegedly also accused him of obsessive behavior and emotional abuse. Now, this part in particular really caught my attention because in another article on thecheatsheet.com, Martin allegedly claims that he was deeply hurt by her accusations and he had long been Tisha's champion and protector. Champion and protector, those are pretty strong words. To me, it sounds a bit obsessive, right? Especially when it's used in relation to a person that only publicly stated that she was afraid of you. In my opinion, and also my experiences, those are manipulative words used by abusers to excuse their overbearing and inappropriate behavior. Now, the reason this is all coming back up is because recently Martin had an interview with GQ to promote his new movie with Will Smith, Bad Boys 3. When asked why the Martin show ended, Martin went on to nervously say that it was just time to end due to some things being said. The interviewer then asked, was it about the Tisha Campbell lawsuit? And Martin said yes. The interviewer then stated that he saw that Martin and Tisha had been spending time together recently, and Martin interjected saying that that was because none of it was true and it was all bullshit. When asked to elaborate on bullshit, his vague answer was, just whoever's side it was bullshit. Okay. So I wonder, does that include his side? But then he was asked if they ever talk about it, and Martin stated, We don't need to talk about something that just didn't happen. So I decided to walk away from the show. I just decided to end it. I decided to just leave the show. Remember that part, guys. Now, the last question he was asked on the topic was, do you understand Tisha's perspective differently now than you did back then? And Martin's answer was simply, I love Tisha. I've seen her then and now and then, always nothing but love. I have nothing but love for her. Now fast forward. After this, Tisha was on The Real and was asked about her feelings on what Martin had to say. She said, and I quote, I can't go into too much detail about the past because there was a confidentiality agreement, but I was actually kind of shocked. There were people in my ear saying, be quiet, don't say anything. And then there were other people who were like, you need to. Now, guys, in the spirit of full disclosure, I don't know what she said right here. She was clapping and her wording was a bit inaudible, but I assume it was something along the lines of, she needs to clap back. Anywho, she continued by saying, and again I quote, but I took a day and I said, I'ma just hit him up. And I was like, hey, and he was like, T. I said, yo, we good? And he was like, yeah, T, don't read into what it is. You know, there's a lot of people that's trying to bring up the past and trying to make it news today. But you know, T, we're good. I love you. I love your family. And I was like, okay. Hey, Siri, please play What's Love Got to Do with It? She also spoke on how they met up with some of the other cast members after Thomas's unfortunate passing. She lastly stated that there was a lot of talking and healing that took place, and basically that she and Martin were cool again. Now, y'all, when I went through and read some of the comments, I was so disgusted. So many people were shaming Tisha, calling her a liar, blaming her for ending the show, and even shipping her and Martin to this day. Additionally, I find it so funny that people were saying that if she had a gag order, why is she just now saying that? Am I the only one who hears how redundant that sounds? Now, I'm not going to hold y'all too much longer, but I have some questions as well as some more observations. Number 1, Martin stated that he walked away from the show. That would be a pretty convenient statement to discredit Tisha, if only it wasn't reported numerous times that she quit and was asked to come back. This was proven by the fact that her coming back was only under the condition of not having to be around Martin at all. Hence why in season 5, she was barely there and they had no scenes together. Even when Tichina Arnold was interviewed by TV1 a while back, she said that Tisha had to walk away and that she understood why she had to walk away. Sounds a lot like she was holding back to me. She also ever so slightly stated that something wasn't right with Martin's behavior. I wonder how many confidentiality agreements were really signed back then. I'll make sure to link that clip in the description box for you to hear for yourselves. But the point is that Martin flat out lied. Number 2, Tisha did not bring this shit up. She spoke on it because she was asked, because Martin had spoke on it when he was asked. I'm trying to wrap my head around how the hell is she wrong for responding. Also, she responded in a very mature and respectful manner to the situation, even though you could tell she was upset. You could see and hear the passion in her voice when she spoke and reenacted that phone call. She couldn't say much due to the gag order, but she damn sure said a lot when she spoke on that call. If you actually listen to what she said, Martin was already ready to be apologetic from the jump because he knew he had messed up. Now, do I think he's sorry? No. I think he's a freaking manipulator and that he's showing very narcissistic behaviors when it comes to this situation. And I cannot fathom how people have the nerve to say she's just trying to tear a black man down. Boy, bye. Number 3. It baffles me that some people are seriously saying that they don't believe Tisha because she has healed and forgiven him. I quote, if I was sexually harassed by someone, I wouldn't ever forgive them. But these same people must be on their bird box shit to not apply the same oppressing logic to Martin. To say, if some chick lied on me and caused my show to end, I would never forgive them. You see how that works? And if she was lying, why the hell was there no countersuit for defamation? Nah, it got settled and she got a gag order. Usually, when there is a gag order, somebody is being protected, right? Well, why the hell would Tisha have to have a gag order if everything she said was a lie and it was discredited? Who was it protecting? Also, as a woman who has been in certain situations with men, yes, it is possible to forgive. It is possible for a person to heal and try to move on from negativity, and it makes so much sense that they came back together after 18 years and made up after the death of their mutual friend. It's so hypocritical to me that y'all can see Martin being able to move past it if in fact Tisha was lying, but on the other hand, believe that Tisha is lying if she states that's exactly what she did. Make it make sense. Lastly, there are other interviews and articles about Martin around this time. They state that Martin had very problematic tendencies, including drug addictions and reckless behaviors. Also, if you listen to the TV One interview with the man who played Bruhman, he speaks on tension on the set, but then tries to hurry up and backtrack by saying, but everybody was cool. Sounds like another gag order to me. I'll link this below for you as well. I got you, boo, I got you. But anywho, I just wanted to get on here and speak on this situation because it is something that I felt extremely passionate about. It is so dangerous how people automatically ignore facts and logical thinking because someone is a celebrity that they happen to like. These people are human first, just like the rest of us. And some of them do messed up shit sometimes, just like the rest of us. Fame does not automatically give a person a pass, even though it seems like a lot of society believes it does. So many men get away with it because so many women fear exactly what's going on with Tisha right now. Even though she was asked and responded in a respectful manner, she is still getting victim blamed and he is still getting away with it. This type of thinking is so detrimental to people who have been abused. Now, on the other hand, I can't say what happened for sure. I can only look at the evidence that I have in front of me and use what I've seen to determine my opinion. Now, I could go on and on. But anywho, I'm about to take a nap. Let me know where your scales fall by leaving a comment, like this video, and subscribe. More content is coming very soon. And remember, guys, keep it cute.